you for tuning in to Art Network. Please enjoy. Sit back, relax, tune in, be entertained.
Hi everyone, welcome to Water Me Sis Live. I'm here, Jalesa, the creator of Water Me Sis. I'm here with my co-host.
Hi, I'm Jaleah.
My social butterfly.
Andrea, hey.
And some amazing women. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, I'm Ayesha. Hello.
Hi, I'm D'Angela.
I'm Ebony.
Cool. So, for some of you who don't know about Water Me Sis, we are the sisterhood that's built on the growth and the self-development of women. So we water each other in order to grow, so we can produce the sweetest fruit and the most beautiful flowers. So these are women from our sisterhood. They are members of Water Me Sis. We're going to have our vision board party. So thank you for everyone who joined us and who's actually doing their vision board right now.
Yes.
We appreciate you. So this is a disclaimer. This is a platform for women. So we know that the fellas are watching. We do enjoy your input. We'd like to hear from you. But our best advice is to take notes. Okay? I hope you got your vision board. Look.
right. All your supplies.
Right.
So,
Since they said that they want their women to have some goals.
Right.
They
Yes.
We want the same thing.
Right.
The same thing, right?
thing.
Okay. So they should have their vision boards too.
So we're going to do a word to the wise, and the word we picked was dexterity.
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 Okay.
So it's a skill in performing tasks, especially with the hands. So to use it in a sentence, her dexterity with chopsticks matched no other in her culinary school. Cool. So we're just gonna pretty much vibe out, sip, and do our vision boards. We're just gonna answer some questions. And for those of you who wanna be a little bit educated on vision boards, a vision board is a collage of images and words that you should display in a prominent place to remind you why you do what you do every day. Images and words that spark your motivation and remind you of your values, your goals, and your dreams. It can also be filled with things that inspire you or leave you feeling happy. So those are the things that you want to put in your vision board. Affirmations, things you'd like to manifest.
Yes, definitely.
Anybody want to share anything else you would probably want to put on your vision board?
Did you say aspirations?
Yeah.
Okay,
Goals.
you definitely want to
Oh, no.
Yeah, you want to do some daily aspirations, something that you want to tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm a queen, I'm the best. Anything that I do is going to work out.
Yeah, make it your reality.
Exactly.
Something you can look at every day.
That's a good one.
So we just want to get to know each other a little bit better. And so if you had a hero, someone you looked up to, who would it be? Anyone know?
As of right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone who inspires you.
So I would say
I'm kind of inspired by a few people. I really do like what LeBron James is doing, like as for his community, using his platform. I know a lot of people are not too fond of him, but I think what he's doing in his philanthropy work is pretty dope.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I like. I don't know the word to use. You know, because people are like, well, hero is somebody that you want to be or somebody you want to become, kind of. But definitely don't want to become him, but just what he's doing. Right. I find.
Okay.
Cool. Anyone else? Okay. Well, if you could live anywhere besides Colorado, where would you live? Like, where would you choose?
I don't know,
Because I didn't experience Texas and it's too hot. And here it can get really cold. So,
but it's cheaper than rain.
it's way cheaper there. Like, it makes me want to deal with the hot, but it's too hot. So, I think if I wanted to live anywhere, it would be a place that had, like, even temperature.
Yeah, you can be the best of both worlds.
Yeah, like somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't even put it. I just can say wherever is just cool. Like good. I'm not trying to sweat every day. So
Yeah, no,
whatever gives me a good good for my skin, good for my hair, for my mental, because you know the crazy weather here, I say it makes people crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So something with good temperature that's not crazy, because the people are crazy in Colorado.
That's kind of what I would think. I'm like, I feel like the people here are just like super negative, and you find some people that are really good. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like the ambiance here is just not where it's at. Like I've been
My
in
sister and I
Atlanta.
are trying to change the stigma.
Exactly.
We're from here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So
so that hurts my feelings.
Definitely,
to be
I'm
here.
from here, 36
Okay.
years. So
Okay.
I feel it. Like it. The weather's great. I love that we are super close to the mountains. Like the ambiance of Colorado is great. It just seems like a lot of just the people are just not as great as where we live.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's true, because when you go somewhere like the South and stuff,
like
they're so nice.
We're so nice.
They don't even
speak
be
up,
knowing
they'll
you,
talk
and
to
they
you.
and struck up a whole conversation. Like I will smile at somebody. Like, okay, let me take my smile back. Okay.
No, that is true. And I think that's why we are trying to change it. You know, our mom is definitely from Texas. You know, they're all about that hospitality and stuff. So
Right.
when we see people, we always speak.
Oh, definitely.
Because we were taught that.
Right.
You know, you speak up. You
I
say
feel like
hello.
everybody
Like,
should be taught that. Like I feel like that shouldn't be like something that you have to learn.
Right.
Like
Especially if it's our people.
Right. Just
Say hi.
Just say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Or smile.
Yeah, conversation.
Head nod. Right.
Yeah, when I walk in a room, I speak.
Right.
That's what you talk to.
Right.
mm-hmm.
But
shock.
people wasn't taught the same, so
Speaking
I
of
can't
that,
speak on them.
I just feel like too, like with women, like you know, why do some women feel like someone has to speak to them first? You know, it's just like I had people just get upset, you know, because like you might know them, you might see them out, and they're upset that you didn't say hi. But it's like, why didn't you say hi? Like, why didn't I
Like, you know, you saw me.
You saw me. Maybe I didn't see you.
Yeah, exactly. You saw me, but I didn't
Obviously,
see
you saw me.
Right.
Or then too, the other day, like I was looking at this girl and she was looking at me like bitch, what you looking at? But she was so beautiful. And I was just like, damn, girl, you know. And it's like I was about to give you a compliment, but
That face.
yeah, like you just
That
that for
is what
yourself
give me
being
that vibe.
being snake. Like,
And
I
then
don't like
even
that.
when you give someone a compliment, they just be like looking at you like, really? I say, yes, girl, you look good.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, well, thank you.
Well, like I said, ladies in Water Me Sis, I want to change that.
Yes.
Like, seriously, I want to push that. There's almost 2,000 of us in Water Me Sis, so imagine if we go out somewhere and we see another, you know, black woman speak.
Right.
Even your black men, you don't have to be scared of them.
Right.
Say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
No.
So let's change that. Most definitely. So, what would make a good family vacation for you guys? Like, I know you travel, but you don't even have to travel. What would just make for a good family vacation? Or even if you've been, if you've experienced it.
A staycation or anything away from home.
Anything away from home?
Anything away from home is good.
Yeah, I'm just all about the experience and spending time together and just doing stuff that we don't normally do. So, and getting that like one-on-one time with my daughter has been really, really dope because I feel like we have, I don't know, our conversations are better now that she's older. It's not like our conversations aren't like so shallow. I can actually be like, okay, this is what I'm learning. Did you do your affirmations this morning? Like, are you being a good human today? So, just anything kind of on that aspect, I feel like would be a good vacation. Mountains, like we've gone to the mountains, and she's actually really loved that. Like, she was all excited, put it on her phone, and like it was at night, so she saw the stars and stuff. So it was really dope.
That's cool. It's important to turn off all that, social media and all that when you're spending time with family.
Yes.
I hate seeing families on vacation, but yet everybody's
Right.
Like,
it's
are y'all
not
enjoying
enjoying
it?
like
Yes.
we're supposed to be spending time together right now.
True.
So,
And that's one thing that I stress to mothers because people sometimes when you have more than 2 kids, they be like, oh, kids are expensive. But at the same time, they like experiences. If you create experiences for them, that's what they'll remember. You know what I mean? You don't have to do a whole bunch and have a whole bunch of money. You really don't.
They just want to go run
Yes.
outside
They
with
want to have some
everybody.
experiences. Let them get in touch with nature and like
That's
be outside, even barefoot.
You want to know what was
Yeah.
so fun that we just tried for the first time? Going tubing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, that was really fun. I felt like a little kid just
Floating down the river,
just
like-
floating down the river, just
It was pretty
sitting
long.
Are you
along.
scared? I feel like I'd be a little nervous.
No, because it was like the flow of the water was it wasn't like rushing or anything. It had some spots where it would like rush. You'd be like, whoa, like, but it wasn't that bad at all. It was really relaxing and fun.
Okay.
So I would suggest that because it wasn't. It was
Wasn't
like
too bad.
$20
Okay.
just for the tube.
That's not bad.
I feel like everywhere you go travel, everything you want to do is $20.
But that's a good number.
Yeah,
Alright, just
I'm
saying.
good on
$20.
$20.
$20.
For real.
You can get a lot with $20. I ain't gonna lie.
You sure can. You can get a weed with $20.
I'm the veteran. I need to date real quick.
That's funny.
like with being adventurous, are y'all scared of anything?
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Who so like what kind of adventurous? Like, let's stop there. I don't know. I can be I don't know.
So what's
What
your
do you
biggest
mean?
fear? What's your biggest fear?
Heights. I don't like no.
That was
No.
me.
I don't want to go on any roller coasters or nothing like that. Like there's some that I'll go on, but like that Tower Doom, no man.
Oh, I
Okay.
That's my favorite.
She said I can get on
It's
that.
scary every time. Every time you go up there, it gives you that
I don't like that
suspense
feeling.
and thrill.
in my butt.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling.
I liked it at that time.
I know, every time too. It's
I
really
liked it.
scary, and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna make it? But once you do get that, you be like, oh, let's do it again.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's why I can't do that skydiving. And everybody's like, skydiving's the best.
Oh no, I don't think I would
I don't
go
think
that
I've
far.
done indoor skydiving.
See, I
That's
can do
about it.
that. I can do that. Did that.
I'm not
But
ready.
You wanna know what though? The experience of it was just so quick. So it was like,
That's
what
what
was
they
the
say.
It was.
point
That's what they
of
say.
paying all of that money just to just
minute.
go for a few
For a
minutes?
few minutes.
So that was the only thing about that.
You went skydiving?
Indoor.
Oh, yeah.
My first experience wasn't the best. I mean, my video would be just priceless and funny. But, yeah. I just thought it was really just way too quick. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, it was.
So, question: what motivates you, ladies, to work hard?
I don't want to be broke.
My kids.
Your kids.
I don't want to be broke, but I need my kids to have something for whenever I don't. Whenever I don't make it or whatever happens, I don't want my kids to be stuck without nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want them to die and I got debt and they ain't trying to figure out how to pay it and all that because I'm gonna feel bad even though I'm dead.
Right.
Like I have to make sure that they straight because that's where my mind is. Like, and that's what I'm trying to get them to understand now. We got things to do now, so whenever we get to a point, we ain't gotta do that much.
Yep.
So that's what my thing is.
Yeah, I just know where I want to be. I know I got things to do. That's what motivates me. I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't be in this stagnant place. I got things I got to do. I got things I want. You got places to see.
Girl.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Exactly. I guess that would that's what motivates me as well. I would not to copy what you said, but you took the words right out of my mouth, really, because not being broke, homeless, having a place to live. I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be honest.
Yeah.
And not being homeless motivates me.
And I don't see how people do it. They I met this man though at the laundromat and he was a happy homeless man.
Some people are.
He was level headed and he's like, I'm good. Like, I'm working, but I'm not spending all my money on this high rent, which is true because it is expensive out here, but he was happy. And I'm like, maybe he's content, he's done, his life is more than what I see. But it was cool seeing that he was like, I don't need all that. Yeah, I don't need all that to be happy.
Right.
So I had to thank him and tell him I needed you today because I be taking things for granted, as small as they are, and I know that I need to dumb down some of the things that I think because I be all the way in left field, knowing that I'm come on, we gotta focus right here.
Yeah.
But he's happy. I appreciated that.
Yes, for sure. When you definitely meet random people and they bless you with some knowledge, that's the best. So, you guys, what would you change about yourself if you could?
I wouldn't want a big butt. I would get rid of it. I don't need girl. I'm over it.
There's a lot of people that
would love your yes. They'll be like, can I just have that, please?
We'll just go ahead.
And that's what I deal with. And it for a while it was cool with me, and that I'm this is what I got, my curves and stuff like that.
Embrace your curves.
I beautiful. But whenever I wasn't being told by the right people that I was beautiful and that they loved me and that, keep this you know what I mean?
Yes.
All that will get to your head whenever it's some random person telling you that.
Yeah.
Because today I got 3 kids and I'm not married.
And that's
so
okay.
it is okay, but I'm I want to live that life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would take the curves away. What do you see outside of my curves?
I get what you're saying.
I see. Okay, yes, girl.
Yeah.
That is good. I see that.
Yeah, but it's still.
I see that. I like that.
You gotta have
I like that.
Right, you still got. I feel
I'm cool. I got curves, but I'm really cool.
Yes, see inside of me, not my curves.
Yes.
And my body.
Right.
Get to know. I mean, of course, someone is gonna be attracted to that first, right?
Right.
I
That's what
mean,
we see.
because we attracted to them in the same way, you know, that's what we see.
Right.
But I like that. I really love it. Like, see the inside of me,
Right.
not just the outside.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I could be dirty on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Filled with STDs.
Oh.
But you just see my curves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot I think about whenever it comes to that. So I would change that.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would change my overthinking. I hate that I overthink.
I do too.
Sometimes I just want to be like, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, oh no. So, and then,
But
and
what
then,
if?
and then,
Mm-hmm.
no.
I feel you on that. I'll overthink.
Me too. I'm a thinker as well. I overthink.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to tell myself, like, okay, stop. I think that you're thinking too much into it. Like, don't think too much into it. Don't think it's good. It's good.
Right. It's gonna be cool. Go get in there. It's gonna be great.
Right, exactly. You gotta talk your. There you go. Think it again. Talking to yourself. Like, come on, do
I
it.
really overthought. I went up to the mountain. And on the way there, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can see over the cliff. And I did not like this. I'm like, I have to mentally prepare. I couldn't drive up there. Like, we had to switch seats. And we traded. We had to trade on the way up there, but the whole weekend. I'm like, we supposed to be up here for my birthday. I'm not supposed to be up thinking. But I'm like, I do not want to drive back down there. Like, how am I gonna do that? But I literally just chill out.
Yeah.
Just drive. And I'm working on overthinking too. So that was good.
Yeah, that was a good one. Anybody else? Anything they want to change?
So what makes you guys laugh? Like a real good laugh.
Man. I say when somebody just has like a good joke, you know, or just like a situation, like something happens,
Right.
and
I
you
think
just
the
can't.
inside jokes make me
That's
laugh.
Yeah.
When you're both on the same page and you don't even gotta say nothing.
Yeah.
I think those are the
You just got that face, like.
Right, like, and then you crack up and you can't stop. Like,
Or
I
the
do that
times
a
you
lot.
have somebody there to see something and then you guys kind of reminisce about it. Like, girl, you remember when such and such happened?
Mhm.
Yes. Just remember that good, that good time, good feeling.
I can appreciate a good movie too, like a good comedy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or stand up.
Mhm. Oh, stand up. You know who's coming?
DC Young
Yes.
Already got the tickets.
Really?
Look,
I was thinking
I need
about
to
it.
see
I better hurry up, huh?
Yeah.
Before it gets
I
like
do know.
sold out, but because he is funny.
He a mess. I like when he be singing.
He can sing though. Like,
I was like, who is this? I was like, that's DC Young. I'm like, oh. I kind of feel a little, I don't know, feel a little different, but.
He's too skinny though.
He's too skinny.
Yeah. I'm like, you need to thicken up. Come on, Jackie.
No, for real, his legs. So, what is your favorite thing about your career or what you do?
I love that I get to help people. Like she was saying, she didn't want to take debt and all that stuff. That's what I do. Like I help people get out of debt and save for retirement so they don't have to deal with that, in that situation. So that is what I love doing. Actually showing people that there's a better way of living than paycheck to paycheck, and we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to overthink those kind of situations because that's already done and taken care of. So let's worry about while we're here the stuff that we can do, like our best vacations and all that stuff. Because all that is already taken care of. We ain't gotta do that.
Well, that's nice, because definitely don't want to be in debt on the life.
Law. Shoot, I'm not trying to be in no more months of my life. Like the rest, golly.
Exactly. So, ladies, let's just switch it and let's just get into it.
Real simple.
Okay, let's talk about the Cardi B and Offset situation. Let's just do it. Okay, because
Get it out the way.
let's get it out of the way. Because lot of stuff coming down my newsfeed. But honestly, all of the negative stuff that I saw come down my newsfeed was not posted by women.
What's the example?
Yes,
show.
I
She
noticed
must-
that.
yeah.
I noticed that. And I was like, I didn't like how they was talking about how she's like, oh, yeah, you didn't, you don't cook and you don't clean.
Right.
So, shoot.
Exactly,
That's why you
but-
But I
lost
don't
them.
remember her saying that she didn't know how.
Why?
She just don't have to.
Right.
And I don't know what
I got
college
a
that is.
Period. She can afford it.
Right.
What do I need to cook nor clean in
So
here?
if you got a problem with it, you
I'm
just
like,
hating.
Thank
I don't get
you.
what
Like,
the
I'm
problem is
confused.
either.
I'm confused.
Or you can get your ass up in there and
She
cook
can have a
clean.
personal chef.
That's right. Exactly. And some
She didn't
eggs.
give the whole details. That's the sad part, is that we do see like the underlying things that they're saying and not necessarily the vision of what they're doing. Like, yeah, we can sit here and think in the depth of what's going on, but that's all we hear is she didn't cook or clean. And now we're like, oh, well, that's you. I ain't got no man, girl. But
She
the
got
sad thing,
a man, and she decided to leave him.
Right.
Look, I don't want to be.
get into it. Okay?
Right. That's what she
Leave
gonna
him,
say.
okay?
That's
Right.
right.
So,
But he
I don't
wasn't
even
all
know
that
the whole-
anyway. If the only thing that we built off of is sex, what do you think is gonna
Right.
happen outside of this? He's a sex person. That ain't the first time she been cheated on by him, and he out here having sex with
and
women.
she's the most freakiest, right?
Right. So
Like,
it's like,
It's
dang.
him. Like, what you?
Yeah, it's not her as a person. And first of all, it's like, don't be negative. She's the one who filed for the divorce.
Right.
While y'all talking about her not cooking and cleaning,
Right.
it's not like he was the one that put in for the divorce, you know?
Right. He
It
didn't
had
leave
to
her.
do with her.
I just
not
think
with
that it's
her.
so crazy how, like, when we was talking about entanglements, you know, all the niggas was like, oh yeah, Jada is da da da. But now when it's kind of the roles is reversed and it's Offset, you know, who's out here cheating, it's like they feel different. Still like they're putting it on Cardi. I feel like, you know,
But
they're
black
blaming
man
her
cheat.
for.
Well, my thing is
I
that
know,
like if
but-
she didn't want that type of situation where it might have been like an open relationship or whatever the case may be, you gotta have communication on that. And that if that's not what she wanted, I don't understand why we are, doubting her for not doing that.
Who wanted something
cheated on.
different.
Right? Who
Them.
wants to be cheated on if they feel that that's disrespectful?
Like, what are y'all thoughts? Tap in. Let us know what y'all think about the whole Cardi B situation.
I already have my own little thought
Okay,
on
speak
Cardi
up.
B. I'm a fan, but I'm on the fence because it's a lot of young girls that are in the world and everybody got a phone. So I feel some type of way whenever they show her doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, I got a daughter I'm raising. She ain't old enough to have a phone, but at the end of the day, like, I don't want her to think like, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like the WAP song, I can't stand it. I don't like it because I'm like, first of all, we trying to figure out who the president gonna be, and they both silly. And we worried about wet and gushy. So I'm like, yeah, but then I don't know.
That sells, right?
It does.
And so that's probably why she put that out there. Because honestly, Cardi B started off as a stripper, so
Right. We can't
I
expect
mean,
her for
that's-
nothing else.
We can't. This is what she does.
But that's what she does. Especially in the culture
And
of
that's
you said
true.
sex sells, like, of course that's what she's gonna do. But,
Exactly.
I mean, if that were the case, I just feel like we just gotta do better as a unity and teach our kids better anyway, because everything is on the TV. Homework.
It
Like,
is.
so I feel like hopefully we can put more good stuff, good stuff in, so when they do see stuff like that, they're like, oh, it is what it is.
Right. That's
real.
They're
Like,
already
'cause-
ready for it. They're like, oh yeah, my mom taught me about
Right,
that.
like
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's good.
Definitely filter what your kids are watching, what they're paying attention to. Be in tune, especially if they have their phones and stuff like that. Make sure you know what they're tuning into. But we are going to go to a break and we'll be right back with Water Resource Live. Water Meets Us Live. This is our second vision board party. So we hope you're doing your vision boards at home, especially the ladies in Water Meets tuning in. Anyone, the men as well. Get your vision board. It's something that you want to see every day. Affirmations, good things about yourself, places you want to be, your manifestations, all that. So let's get our vision boards going. And I think we just finished, I guess, talking about Cardi B. So I saw something today where this girl was being glorified because she was saying something about how Offset misses his grandma, so he wanted that old school type of love, like, you know, old school cooking and cleaning and comfort and stuff like that. And I'm like, and then she stated that I'm not in a relationship or married. But that was her opinion. So yeah.
So, Offset said he wanted...
No, that's what she was insinuating. I think his grandma just passed or something like that. And he said he missed his grandma. And so a woman was kind of like saying, this is the type of woman he wants. And he misses his grandma.
Is he doing the type of things that a man was doing back then? Let's start there. Like, you can't expect something to be old-fashioned if you're not doing old-fashioned work, sir.
I think he knew exactly what he was getting into.
That too.
He wasn't expecting that, like, from her. So it was crazy because they were really like, I guess she went viral. People were sharing her thoughts on it. And I was like,
he missed his grandma.
Well, how about she get with Offset and get cheated on?
So that's the type of woman that he wanted.
That ain't no excuse. Definitely no excuse.
I just think
Then
it's
why he
crazy.
cheated?
Everybody was, waiting. Once the news broke, everybody was waiting for his response or something, and that's what he posts. I miss my granny.
Yeah.
It was just, that's I
miss
see people saying
Randolph.
that, men they look for sympathy, or he was looking for sympathy in the situation,
Yeah.
and that's what he posted after that.
I don't know that.
That's
I mean,
he just
people
wanted
can
to stir the conversation.
grandma's I guess, but I mean, I don't know. Is that
When
what
they
makes
can't
him?
breathe.
Like, is that
Should I feel bad?
like? Is
for
that
him
what?
because he's grieving?
Right.
Of course. That you
So,
should write
so
the
he
right.
missed his grandma, so he ran to this other girl and got her pregnant. Is that what happened? Are we?
I didn't hear all
What was
that.
that?
Yeah,
I didn't hear all of that. What
Like
was
she
the-
said, he missed his
She's
grandma.
pregnant.
Like, wasn't the whole situation him cheating and having a baby by somebody? Like,
I
why
don't
isn't
know.
that
I
the
didn't
issue?
know.
Like,
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
That's what I'm like.
I know all that.
Why is she? Why are? What's? He's having a whole.
So that's
nother
why
baby.
she's leaving him.
Oh. That's what I'm like. What?
She didn't
No,
communicate.
he didn't-
She wasn't down for the triad.
Yeah. So how does that have
You
anything to
guys,
do with this man's
Jamela,
grandma?
and I'm sorry if I said your last name wrong, Pearson person. She just says that we're looking good, ladies.
Aw, thank you. Thank you so much.
I think.
Yeah, Pearson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Jamila.
Cool.
All right, ladies. So we're just gonna move on from off of Cardi B, and I want to know, what is your biggest complaint about your job? I'll tell you my biggest complaint about my job. Shoot, let's talk about it. My biggest complaint is I just be like, have your stuff together before you call. Or, because I'm just like,
That's
not really trying to deal. Know why you want to call before you call in.
Taken care of. You have
Then-
something in front of you, maybe.
Yes, then don't ask me how I'm doing and then not give me a chance to answer. Now that kind of makes me mad. But but I just be like, oh well. And then, but this is what happens. So when someone's like, oh hi, how are you today? And then I don't say nothing because usually everybody just be like, they're like, how are you? So I just wanted to call in to say. So when I don't actually say how I am, they be like, hello? Hello? I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, usually nobody really wants to know how I'm doing.
Right.
So my bad.
Threw me off.
Right.
And you waited for the pause. Right. Really threw me off.
But yeah, so that would be it. So
Anybody else have any
I would
complaints
say
about
just
what they do?
rude people. Like, especially if you don't come to them in a rude manner. But you're like, hey, how you doing in there? I get you out of bad day. I got it. Please don't bring that. Don't bring that this way. Like, that's
point, period.
Yeah, like, no.
I would say just like from my job with the location that I was in, how can I say this? So pretty much it was predominantly a Hispanic location. So that was most of the clients that were there were Hispanic people. So I just felt like the oddball. I was the only black girl, you know. I'm the only black girl, and
They need
a lot
somebody
of
for
time,
black people that come in there.
yes, you know. But a lot of the time, it's like it just makes me feel some type of way because like they don't want to come to you, or you know, or they automatically assume that you do speak Spanish, you know, like
Because there are some chocolate.
Well, okay, there is. Okay,
No,
okay.
you
All
never
right.
know. You walk up on somebody and they be talking Spanish. You be
Right.
like, oh,
No,
for real. I be like, and
I
you want to
love
be
that.
like, hi, and then they're like, you know, like they can't talk to you. You like, oh,
It's just hard
sorry.
for me because it's like not only is all the people who come to the bank are, you know, Hispanic in that community, and then it's like my team is too. So like even in my meetings, they'll be talking and they'll say certain things in Spanish, like a specific word, and it's just like I, you know, like I'm just supposed to know that, you know. But I can't say from being there, I feel like it has helped me. Like I feel like I'm pretty much bilingual, you know.
Man,
Like I
Yeah,
do
no
all
word
transactions.
That's pretty
much
much. I've always
fine.
been oddball. Like I went to all white school, so I've always been oddball. So you saying that, like, yep, I know how you feel. Like you don't talk to people about certain things, or you kind of can't go to your lunch break and be like, girl, let me tell you, or whatever. But it's okay. It'll
Yeah,
help
it's
you
like
be more
good
diverse.
and bad.
Yeah, it'll help you be more diverse with other folks, and yeah.
I'm like, dang, I really wish I paid attention, like, in Spanish.
Right.
Like, you do me more to girl too. I'm like,
Oh,
girl.
so you make a couple extra dollars.
Right.
Like,
No,
dang.
For real. I don't know. I'm not working, but I am in school. And I think my complaint is it's so many different ages, but some of there was this older person that was acting like a child. Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't have to always act your age, but whenever it's continuous and you don't know how to act as an adult, you don't know what words to properly say, like, you gotta learn at some point. There's so many things that you can't say as an adult. Like, watch your mouth.
right.
So,
Period.
it ain't a complaint, but people just don't know how to watch their mouth these days.
Okay.
Kai Taylor said that her managers have a real God complex problem.
What does that mean?
Can you explain?
Yes.
Kai to us?
Right. Please explain.
I would love to hear that.
Kai, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well, I mean, that would be annoying if she means like they're always like talking about it. Like if you say like, oh, you know, like God is good or something, they're like say something what? Like no, don't be talking about God around here, you know, or something like, or I'm having a blessed day. Like don't be talking about blessings around here.
Really?
Like I don't know, is that what you're talking about? Like
Right, I don't know. Cause I mean the micromanaging.
Oh,
I
she
don't
said,
like that.
like they can't do anything wrong.
That's what I was
Oh, okay, got it.
Because people
Oh,
don't like
man.
that. Just because you got
I don't
a
like
high
that.
They're better
title.
than everybody.
Yeah, your title, you still living paycheck to paycheck. Like,
She said they always pointing the finger.
don't know how
Point
to-
in the finger. Oh, like yes, definitely. Like that.
That's just how that person is in real life. Like that person has some shadow work to do.
Yeah. Well,
would you guys consider yourselves like introverts or extroverts?
I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think
What are you, Ebony? Okay.
Yeah, I'm half and half. Like I do like dealing with people. I like interacting with people, but then I'm like, okay, it's done. I'm gonna go home. I am done with you people.
That's me.
But I do like having conversations. I do like, interacting and all that stuff. But then, yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on it, you know, get out there and not be an introvert because I'm pretty cool.
You
I'm pretty dope.
I'm just
Say
saying.
Put yourself out there. It ain't gonna hurt. They either gonna let you go or bring you in.
Yeah.
I think you should just do it.
Let's go for it. Hey world,
Right.
it's Jaleah. No.
Yes, do that.
Okay.
Is there like a white over there in that crayon box?
And so,
Crayon.
what is your child's proudest accomplishment?
My child.
Yeah.
Trey, he flew an airplane.
Mm.
He wants to become a pilot.
That's too cool.
And he's getting his flyer miles.
Wow.
Nice.
And yeah. I mean, of course he has someone up there with him, but they let him take control of the plane. And he loves it. He loves being high up there. Like, it's pretty dope.
So, get things
I
out.
like the fact that my son knows what he wants to be doing right now. You know?
That is super cool.
Well, I mean, it could change.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he's into Fortnite, into video games. And he thinks he could really make some money from gaming.
You really
So it changes, but I would still love for him to be a pilot, and he could do both.
Yeah.
He could be flying by 16 and then try to get some gaming done. I don't know. He says he can make some money from it, so we gonna see. But that was, you know, the proudest accomplishment for one of my children, I would say. Anyone else?
My kid is just so sweet.
Aww.
And I'm like, I love that about him. Like, I guess it's an accomplishment because he is set on wanting to be like a really nice person. And I try to let him, and he gets hurt whenever people don't embrace that. So I try to let him know, like, dude, some people are just not, like, they not gonna like you in life. And I just have to be raw with him just so he can understand, like, okay, my mama told me this already.
Right.
But I'm letting him know, like, people are not gonna like you and they not gonna have a reason. So you can still be nice, but just do it right. You know what I mean? Like, do it right. Don't let people take advantage of you. And I tell him that because that has been me. I've been taken advantage of from being too nice. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely saw the change, like, when I was raising Traven. How it went from, you know, say please and thank you and share to, you better take that back. Like, don't let him take your toy from you.
Yeah.
You know, like that type of stuff. So there's a switch where you gotta be like, okay, people's gonna eat you alive. So you either with it or, but you gotta prepare them, I guess. I think that's what it's all about. When
That is what it is all
having
about.
children is preparing them.
Oh my heavens.
I want to know how y'all
Preparation.
parents are doing with your children being in remote learning. How are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I know.
It's hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be as hard if, we're in Cherry Creek, so they're half in and half out right now. So I feel like the time that she's online, they're just giving her like paperwork more so it's like, she's like doing homework and I don't know if she's learning, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying I'm dumb or nothing, but we on Google like, excuse me Siri, what is the fraction of, like, what is the, and I'm like, I feel like that's not how she's gonna learn, you know? I want her to learn and be able to do it on her own and not go to Siri. Like, even though it's gonna be around, it's obviously not going anywhere, but I feel like there's some things that you just should know as a human. Like, there's just some things that you should be able to maneuver around, and I don't know if I can give her those type of things because I don't got them now. And so we're learning together. I can say that.
It's a job, a whole job.
Yeah, and I need my W-2 at the end of the year.
For real.
Just saying.
Ebony, how are you doing with your kids at school?
It's okay. It's not too bad. Once you get a routine, it's
Routine, that's important.
Yes.
That's something on my vision board, routine and consistency.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to do that with myself.
Oh yeah,
My kids are
definitely.
good, and I feel like I'm
Mhm.
all over the place.
I do like that too because I do need to do consistency.
Yes, yes, like find that.
Because I can
somewhere.
definitely start something and I'll be like, you know what?
That's me.
The next time I'm like, oops, I missed that. And then to go back to it, I don't know, I feel like
I'm about to write that on.
Yeah,
right.
I guess
That's what I
mine
was like,
too
I
is
need to
balance.
find consistency.
Like balancing everything.
That's
Because I feel
true.
like once I excel in one area, I'm kind of letting this one go over
Right.
here. And then I'm like, oh, hold up. So I'm always
Uh-huh.
like trying to take care of everything. I need to feel balanced.
Yes.
So maybe I don't know how I need to fix it, but I need to
I do
more
that
balanced.
same thing with like learning, especially with being on this journey. I'm like, ooh, okay, I learned tarot cards, and then I'm like, oh look, I need to do my energy. Oh look, and I'm like, wait, I need to go back to the energy because now my energy's all messed up. It's so it's like a big old like, oh, you're adding and subtracting. It's just it's a lot. So I totally agree with you on that.
What is
balance.
procrastination? I procrastinate a lot.
Oh,
I have to keep
that's
telling
easy
myself
to do, too.
time is now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Like, just go ahead and do it. Just step out there. Go for it. That's what this vision board is about too. You know, putting it on there so you can look at it every day and go for it. Be like, okay, if it's in your face, you're like, dang, I didn't work on that today. I definitely need to work on that. So that's why it's very important for a vision board. Anybody else want to talk about remote learning and your kids at school?
I'm over it. Kids go to school, but
Aren't they going
I
back?
feel some type
They
of
are.
well.
My son's
Remember?
school isn't, and I was kind of happy because I wasn't going to send him back.
That's kind of what I'm at.
I'm glad that I did not want to. I still don't, but I do feel like he needs to go to school.
Yeah.
But I kept him home, but 2 weeks into the school year, because he's in Cherokee as well, 2 weeks into the school year, a second grader, he's in second grade, my child, a second grader ended up with COVID.
Oh my.
So my dad was on me like, he needs to be in school, and then that happened. He was like, oh, well, good thing he wasn't in school. I'm like, well, you was trying to make me do this.
Well, that's the
So-
thing too. Like, well, why do you feel he needs to be in school?
Because he needs to be with people. He needs to be with his people. My son-
Socializing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he needs to socialize.
That's what we were talking about, Ebony, right? Like, just having that, they need to be able to have that interaction with other kids.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what's going to help them with the learning, because other people, there are other kids that are doing it as well. When they're at home, they're like, man, this is vacation. Like, that's what they be thinking.
Aren't doing it
Because
Right.
they're like, this is what usually happens, right? When school is out in the summertime.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to sit here and look at this computer
But that's-
at this teacher?
That's almost
Like,
the thing too.
that's
is, like,
real.
We
My
need to
son's swear.
input these kids to learn all the time. Like,
Yeah,
they should be
exactly.
learning all the time.
My son
I'm
hates it.
like,
But I have
learning
stuff
all
that
the
he
time.
does over the summer, like workbooks.
Right.
Because I'm like, imagine you go back to school and you can't remember anything.
Right.
And that's
Because you
what I
just
tell
paused
him.
your brain. You have to keep going.
But shoot, learning's never over.
He's like, nobody else has to do this. I'm like, I don't care what it
Right.
Yeah, and I try to do that with my son because my daddy was a single parent who did not make us learn outside of school. And he was like so busy, he was not really helping us with our homework. You know what I mean? So I was that child that went back to school every year, and I'm like, they like, where is this in the West region? I'm like, what's the West region? Like, I don't even remember geography, nothing. Yes, I'm like, I know how to make some good noodles. I did that all summer. Gourmet, we have to figure out how to make some noodles.
right.
So I can make some good noodles. I don't know about all that other stuff.
Yeah, I
Just
do. I
sit in
try
the
to keep
recess.
them doing it because it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, because I honestly was like, I kind of want to do online school. Like, I'm like, I
Yeah,
feel like
me
there's
too.
just so much going on in schools.
I don't mind it.
But I mean, I get the social aspect. I definitely understand like they do need to be around people their age and all that stuff. So I don't know, like implementing like, you know, clubs or, you know, whatever kind of things, like cheerleading and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Okay, yeah, that makes
stuff
sense.
too, but I'm like, I just feel like, I don't know.
Or maybe like play dates.
Yeah.
Finding someone that's
home. I'm like, girl, what did you learn? What were these teachers teaching you? Like, I feel like
imagine finding a
well.
play date for a 12-year-old.
That's true too. I couldn't even
Who
find
wants
a
to
play
sit
date
in
for
front
a
of his
36
video
year old.
games anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't like that. Just sounds weird.
Right.
Right.
Trey, let's get you a play date.
Okay.
You're like, what?
Well, maybe
a
we can say it like that.
Right, you don't know. I'm like, well, I got a
I mean,
kid, so I don't
that's the thing. Like, even him being an older kid and say I meet another woman in water missus and she has a son his age and we just meet up and they play. Like, you put him in a position where he got to meet somebody new and like actually engage with somebody and have fun.
Well, I mean,
A play
that's
date.
fine.
That's a play date.
But
Like something spontaneous.
maybe not.
And he's looking at it like, what?
So maybe don't think of it as
Like, I don't
intense.
know
Like,
this person.
okay, well, let's both go together. I can be with the mom for a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
what I mean by a play date for a 12-year-old. I meet up with the mom and he meets up with the child their age. Like he thinks that's weird.
Does he?
Yeah, at his age, yeah.
You should just
I thought that
my
was
daughter
really
is
cool.
she's like, right.
Plus
right.
we've had some awkward experiences as well.
You know?
Being put in those type of positions where he's like, Mom.
like seriously.
I'm like, have fun. Like, I don't know, because he's an extrovert. Like, he doesn't mind talking to people or doing stuff, going places. So,
That's
I don't know,
Yeah, my
people.
daughter's an extrovert too. She gets along with pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Like, he can find somebody.
Yeah, she just be chilling.
But then toddlers. I mean, how many of us have toddlers?
I have
3.
You have
Yeah.
toddlers?
Yeah.
I couldn't even do
they're
one
like
toddler.
in between
Oh, you're blessed.
that stage of being toddlers
Yeah,
or like
that's intense.
like I don't know what to call the kindergarten. Like I don't think she's considered a toddler. Like I just have little ones now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Because my son's 2. I don't call him a toddler.
What is the age?
Definitely not a
I don't
know.
My 3-year-old just turned 4, and then I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. So my 1-year-old is about to be 2, so I feel like I have all toddlers.
Yeah.
Even though my 4-year-old, of course, he's becoming more responsible, but still. I don't know. They have each other, so they don't have to worry about socializing right now.
Right.
True.
It's funny because we were at the park today, and there was a kid there, and he was really nice. Like, he really liked playing with my boys, and he was white. And his parents didn't mind, you know, because sometimes you could be at the park and they don't want Tommy to play with, you know, Terrell.
Right.
Oh, I don't even know why I said that.
A T for a T, that's all.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
My son's name is Terrell.
I know,
Yeah, it's like that. Yes.
I call him Bubba. But I don't even know why that just popped in my head. But yeah, sometimes you do go to the park and some people be kind of squeamish. But there was a little boy, he was very playful. And they were having fun, but when he left, I saw my 4-year-old, like my 2-year-old was saying bye, but my 4-year-old went and got my 2-year-old and was like, come on, it's all right, like you're my best friend. Like don't worry about it, like they're leaving, but we forever.
We forever.
Yeah,
That's what
pretty
I'm trying to
much.
get my
That's what's
kids
up.
to understand. Like whenever I have like my niece and stuff, like I try to tell them like we gonna be around other people, but y'all need to understand that we are forever. Like y'all are. This is blood. This can't be broke. So I do try to get them to understand that. Like, please understand that these people we see, they gonna come and go.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all are forever.
Yeah.
So that's real.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Speaking of, you know, creating experiences in childhood, what are some that you guys have had? Something memorable, like a childhood experience. You know, we talked about making an experience for our little ones. So what experiences have you guys had?
We just used to go on like family vacations all the time. I used to remember being like in the van with like my brothers and sisters and hating it because we were on road trips and it just felt like it took forever. But now I'm like, oh, that was actually kind of fun. Seeing different places and you know, interacting and, you know, creating that bondship with, you know, my family and stuff. So I guess those would be like the memorable moments, all those memories that we had and laughing and all that stuff.
Anybody else? What are some good experiences from childhood? Something memorable.
I have a memorable moment. I remember our parents took us to Disneyland, you know, when we were little. I really just remember a whole lot more of because our parents had a video of it. So once I got older, you know, I would like look back on it and stuff like that. So that's why I have that memorable moment.
I think where I created a lot of my experiences, I think when we were at Light of Life, you know, when we were at church, because we did do a lot. Like, we had a really dope youth department at one time, and we did a lot of stuff. We went camping and had picnics, and like, we did a lot of stuff. Even though we was in church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
the whole Sunday. But when we did do a lot at one point. Like, the youth department was dope. So that's when I had a lot of our experiences.
But at least they kept you guys engaged.
Yeah, we would do a lot of
true.
stuff.
We did. We went camping. We would go on. We were in a drill team.
Yeah, we went to Ames and performed, and we won.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that is dope. So I think those were my experiences of a dope time and period. Even though I did sometimes, when I got a little older, I'm like, I'm missing out on everything. But that's the thing, is you have to keep that consistency with youth, you know? You have to, if you start something, follow through and keep them busy. Because there did become a point in time where I felt like I was missing something. Like, how come they get to go to Skate City on Friday? My mom be like, there be people out there. Like, I'm not letting y'all go in there on a Friday night. And we was like, how come we can't go? I want to see the inside of that place so bad.
She was upset. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't care.
Right.
I wasn't trying to be around people.
I wanted to go. Shoot.
Right, I want to see
I'm
what you
never
talk about.
went.
Right. That's the place to be.
That's crazy though, because I do feel like, I don't know, like once I got to the point where I could do a lot, I overdid it. Because I was going to the club before I was 21. Like, once I actually got the opportunity. You know, so being sheltered from those experiences like Skate City on a Friday night. You know, once you're able to do those type of things, you kind of overindulge.
Right.
So by the time I got to 21, I was burnt out on clubs already.
That was
I had
me.
clubs so much.
That was me.
Yeah.
My sister had me at club. I was using her ID.
She like, look.
And I'm like 17 in a 25 and up club with all the old creepy men. Like, they were like 40 and stuff, but that was a juke joint, you know, and that's what it was. That's what's going down at a 25 and up club. Ain't nothing popping. But
They were popping. I've been to a lot of places that were popping.
yeah, but when you 17 and
I know,
a
I
whole
feel you. I'm
bunch
just
of old
saying.
men that's like, I'm like, no, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
True. And what was the last movie you went to?
Or watched, because we haven't been going to the movies, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying when we
Oh,
could
when
go
we were
to the
going
movies.
to the movies? I don't even know. I can't
Dang,
remember.
I can't remember either.
Mine was Jurassic World.
Oh, that was a minute.
I think that was the last time I went to the theaters, like the actual theater.
I can't
I
remember.
remember.
Oh, I went and saw Queen and Slim.
Did
Oh, I think
Okay.
that might have been the last one I seen, because I remember something.
That was a good movie.
That was around Christmas.
I mean, it was
That was
like,
that long
yeah.
ago?
I thought it was good. It was
Wow.
I didn't get to watch it because I took my daughter and she was making too much noise. I know. And it wasn't that she was crying, she was just Yeah, no, just
No. Oh.
She wanted to watch Chad talking.
It was one of those quiet movies where it had too many quiet moments, you know? So I was just like,
She was talking to the screen. I'm like, no.
I never really got to
Don't
watch
go
it.
in there. Don't do it, because she's like my mom, and that's how she do. Don't do it. Talking to the screen.
That's be like that. I think the last movie I went to go see at the theater was Invisible Man.
I went to see that too.
That movie was good.
That was
I saw that
actually Gemini Man was the last one I seen.
That
What
Gemini Man.
Oh.
Yeah, that's was the last one I seen.
Especially because they're talking about cloning folks. That's
Yeah.
That's what's really about to start happening.
Definitely. Let's talk about that. The cloning folks, okay? Because have you seen they're actually putting a chip, you can get you a sleeve, get you a body. You can get you a body you can live on
I don't need a body.
until the afterlife.
I
You know,
think
with
that's
the chip. Yeah, your brain. They put your brain and your consciousness on a chip like the movies.
Yeah.
No.
That's wow.
No, y'all not trying to
I don't know. I might buy me a chip if I can afford it. If I can afford it, yes. I'll get me a chip.
You
I
gonna
think
get
so.
you a sleeve?
I want to be a butterfly or something.
Right, right, exactly. Let me
I
come
just
back.
might.
Get something else.
It depends on what I'm doing at the time. I might be like, yeah, let me grab one of these sleeves. You know?
I gotta keep living.
Okay, I know.
I gotta keep going where I left off.
You stay.
Yeah.
You gonna stay here. I'll just.
Right, I'm
I
good.
don't know.
I spent enough time.
For sure.
I just might if I can afford it. So I'm not gonna put it past me.
Who's going to the moon if they can afford it? Because, you know, they're trying to.
too.
Exactly.
If I can afford it, I'ma go.
Right. Let me start
It
saving.
depends on what's on.
Start saving up. It's some $1 million.
I don't want to just go to the moon, like, unless there's something there.
Right.
Like, I gotta
What do
see.
you-
Well, if
What
they
about
got to a point where they're moving people to the moon, you might want to go because that means there's something that we don't know that's happening here
No,
on
that-
the earth.
okay. I
If
can
they
see
start
that.
transitioning things that way, you'd be like, well, what's going on down here? What's about to change? Do I need a ticket to the moon? Let me figure that out.
Yeah.
They
They were
just
talking
need
about
to
I'm
get
gonna
my
buy me a
life right,
ticket,
so
okay?
I
I'm
can
gonna
just-
buy me a sleeve and I'm gonna buy me a ticket.
Hey, Mo,
If I can afford it.
You come back and tell me how it is.
Really?
Right.
No, I guess my
Right.
messages will take like months to get to you. Like it'll be a whole year.
By the
past,
time
but-
you're doing them on
And you'll get the little
It's gonna
thing
take a
like,
minute.
Right, but hey, at least I know you all right. Months later. It's like, I wouldn't even let you go. I'll be like, no, you're not going to the moon. Don't take my sister.
y'all gonna be doing like this.
Right.
For real.
For real. Ooh, that's exactly what you wouldn't get.
No, there is actually it's called Carbon Effect or something. There's like a series on Netflix and
I've
it kind of
seen
deals
that.
with the same thing.
I feel like that's
And there was a woman who brings her grandma back. Like she just finds a body like they have the Day of the Dead, I guess, for Hispanics. So she puts her grandma in a body and brings her home to spend time with their family.
sound like Coco.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's what I was
Right,
about
like
to
would
say.
you want to
What do you
bring
mean
someone
you say
back?
body?
Like what if you could? Like
I don't know, like, cause I've seen like what they preserve, like, and I don't know where it is they preserve their bodies to where like they're not, you know, like funky, whatever, and they're like can stand them up. It's like their body of their loved ones, and they bring them out.
Oh, like
saw
the mannequin?
that. Yes,
it's like their
I
real
saw that.
life, but it's just
Oh.
not.
I don't think I could do that.
Yes,
I couldn't
I
do
saw
that.
that. Like
They
at a
put
funeral
clothes
where they
on
put
them,
clothes on them
yeah.
and they're standing
No,
there
not
like
like that. Like
Oh,
literally,
That's
it's
still
No, but I saw that.
That is the
Preserved.
too. I've seen
A
that one.
mummy? They look like a mummy?
No, so so their loved one passed away. They preserve them. They wrap their actual body in something to where it doesn't decay that much. I mean, they don't have skin or anything. It's still skeleton, but it's not like rotted. And
That's what
on
I
a
mean.
certain day, everyone in that country takes their loved one's body out of the grave and like stand them up and dress them and sit them around their favorite things. Like they put cigarettes in their mouth, they clothe them, change
What
their
day
clothes.
is this? Like,
I don't know. I just seen it on the internet.
Huh.
It's like a real thing.
Yeah, I don't think
I
that's
don't
it.
think
Squeamish about just, what do they call it? The little urn
Yeah, I don't
that
know
people,
about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I know people who really are sacred towards their ancestors. That's something that I do need to learn more about. I remember I was, thinking about dibbling and dabbling, and I talked to someone who could give me some guidance about talking to my ancestors. And once she said something like, well, you want to make sure you're specific on who you're calling because you may call somebody you don't want. I was like, that's enough. No, I'm done. Like, I don't want to call nobody that I didn't send for.
Right.
You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of
Really
freaks me
now?
out a little bit. So there are just some things that I don't get into, but I do know people, they think their ancestors are sacred. But I don't know about keeping their dead body, bringing them out.
Yeah,
I just don't understand the point of it. Like, it's just a body. We're not the body. So it doesn't matter what my body is doing.
Do you want to know what I did here? I
So
saw on the internet as well that you can get wrapped in some type of cloth and become a tree.
Oh yeah, like a cocoon.
Because your
That's
body, it feeds the plant.
Yeah. I
would be
thought that was cool.
That is cool.
So that would be
That's
beneficial
right.
if your family had like some land or
Right.
an estate
Yeah.
where your
Yeah.
whole family could plant their trees.
That would be so beautiful instead of seeing headstones. It'll be trees. Just trees.
That's so better than headstone.
That's kind
Because
of
you ain't gotta
cool.
worry about stepping on nobody.
Right.
That
And
bothers
then
me.
you
That's
just
why
know
I'm like
that's
going
their
to the
tree.
tree.
I feel the same. I'm like, ooh, Tyrone, I'm sorry.
Right, yeah, no.
I feel like
I
you
stepped on you.
Still when you go visit the but we were talking about remember we were talking about when you bury your family. Yeah, somebody actually came to talk to us about having life insurance and things like that, like being able to bury your family. And something that I learned over the time when seeing people bury their families is how expensive headstones really are. Like speaking on skipping over them, like the ones that are just in the ground. You know, the ones that are just sitting outside on top of the ground, they're actually really expensive.
Yeah, they're very
Sitting on top of the ground.
Like
the
yeah,
ones
that
are
come
standing
out.
up.
Yeah,
The ones
The
that are
headstones that
standing
come
up.
out, because there's ones that just have their name
the plaque.
on like a little plate.
Mm.
But when you actually get the headstone that comes out,
Right. That's
yeah, they're
expensive.
very
Those things are
expensive.
expensive. Just burying somebody's expensive.
Just cremate me, shoot. I go to the Dollar Tree. I'm sure they got urns there.
No, for real. The Dollar Tree got really nice stuff.
Yes,
okay?
they do.
You'd be surprised. Like, this is only $1. For real, because I found this like really nice little plaque, and it was like, just be yourself. And it had like little flowers on it, and I was like, this is really cute, and it's only $1. Like, yes, this is for me.
So much good stuff in my house was $1.
Yeah, spatulas.
Okay. If it's
A
a
whisk. A whisk.
Yeah, that's where you get all the households.
Yeah.
Period.
Speaking of whisk, how many women cook?
Oh, yes.
Cook at home.
All the time.
Cook.
I would say all the time, but I
Lord,
do.
don't.
That's good.
What's your favorite things to cook?
I like making rotel. It's so easy and it's a fun thing to eat. And
That
my
was so
kids love it. Yes. And I don't know, cheese costs like $8. That's expensive to me. Cause I'm cheap. I go to the Dollar Tree sometimes. A lot. So when I go to the real grocery store, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess.
Right.
I need it. We gotta eat.
Right.
I mean, I don't buy my food from the Dollar Tree, but I'm just cheap when it comes to everything. That's just me.
I think though there are some things, and I've discussed this with my husband, there are some things you can splurge on when you go to the grocery store. like cheese.
Yeah.
You don't want to
bargain shopping.
you know,
Yeah, I get.
you don't want to get the
Like
worst
stuff?
cheese.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not getting sun. I'm sorry. I'm not doing
There are
it.
some things
Right,
I want to
there's some
splurge on,
things,
but
yeah.
everything else can kind of be substituted.
Yeah.
I remember when I couldn't afford stuff and I was like a young adult buying stuff on my own,
Oh,
and I'd go to the store seeing what I had in the refrigerator. You know, like, oh, this creamer, and then I look at it like, oh,
Oh, like, this
like,
creamer.
concerned. Like, if I want my money to stretch, like, I'm gonna just downgrade a little bit.
Like the struggle is
Making
overseas.
sacrifices.
That was you gotta humble yourself though, because I was like a single parent, like all the way, wasn't getting no assistance from the government, nothing, and trying to live real life as a single parent, like that stuff it takes a toll on your mental, but it puts you in a place where you like, I know where I came from, you know what I mean? So I never forget where I came from.
Right. Yes, that's important. Very important. Never forget where you came from. That's why this vision board is good too, because you can go back to that vision board. You could be like, man, I remember when I didn't have this, you know, and I was writing this down, and I was like, I really want that. I remember when I was struggling. I remember them times when I didn't have the money to buy some bread. You know, you got to be able to remember that and not get too big.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, if y'all have any advice for people who don't know what their passion is, because I feel like me personally, I don't know, you know, what I want to do.
That's real.
So it's like, what advice would you give to people who don't know what they're passionate about?
I would say, sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
heard you gasp.
Nope. Go ahead.
Because I feel the same. Like, I didn't have like where people are like, well, I want to be a basketball player. I wanna help people. Like, just sit down and what do you enjoy? Like, what are the things that you find passion in necessarily? Like, maybe you like people come to you and tell you their problems and you give good advice, or I don't know, you cook something good, or you know, just find something that you like to do.
And I think that's the thing. Like, I know that I'm good at a lot of stuff, but I feel like as far as making it a career, I have to enjoy doing it.
You would be
I
surprised.
can be good at it, but I feel like, because I mean, I like hair, you know, I tried it, you know, and I just don't like doing it. I like doing my own hair, but I don't like doing other people's hair.
Maybe
So like
you
going
could
to
try
school, I
people
felt
to-
like it was a waste.
or teach people how to do their own hair. Like, because there's ins and outs of things that you might know. Like, okay, I know how to cut ends or trim ends, so I'll do a YouTube video on how to show girls how to trim ends or whatever. Just whatever you like to do. You'd be surprised. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. There's people out here making buku money on crazy stuff like this.
Right.
I'm just what? You're opening stuff? Like, you're just opening
boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Or we were
Okay.
talking about how the lady is just eating. Like, just
Right.
eating on
Even
it.
those big old pieces of
just-
crab leg and all that butter, like,
Right, or just crunchy stuff because they want, they want to hear the crunch. Yes, like
There's all kinds of stuff.
There is. You just have to honestly. I talked to someone one day, and it's just amazing how when you do talk to people and they listen, they'll be like, "Well, I see that you like this, and this," and then I was just like, "Eureka!" Like, this is no, for real. I was like,
put it together.
oh yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna use this, and this, and that's I'm in there. You know, like now I have my passion. But honestly,
As far as kind of like how they like make you take those like kind of tests, you know, kind of
Yes.
see the stuff that you're kind of
good at and
Like, are you hands-on? Do you
Yeah.
like to work well with people or by yourself?
right.
Exactly.
That type of stuff.
You really have to dig
Just
deep
try
and
stuff,
think
too.
and
That too.
think into that.
Definitely.
Yep, trying it. Be like,
Figure it out.
I don't really like that. That's not me. And then you'll be like, oh, but I like this, and I can put a twist on it this way
Right.
because I like it. I like to do it this
part
way.
of what I was doing.
Exactly. So you talking to people as well, you know, they'll be like, well, it seems like you really love to do this, and then you're like, well, if that's true, I really do love to. I really love rocks, you know. So when I I met up with someone one day, and he was like, got me into rocks because he just gave me a rock, and he was like, pray with this. And I was like, huh. Okay.
Wow.
And then, so it brought my remembrance back when I was little, how I would just for real collect rocks for no reason. For no reason. Like, but her kids do it. Her kids do it
They'll
too.
bring her rocks.
They
Like,
bring
this
her
is
rocks
a good
all the
one.
time. For real.
This one's special. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Because they know that she wraps stones and stuff like that. So.
So I just talk to someone, and then it's just like you just get this like light in your head, and you're like, I really love that. I really love to do it, and I think that's what I want to do.
That's right.
That's some good advice, I think. You know?
And it's crazy because I kind of like to do a little bit of everything. So that's why I found something that I was passionate about, but was kind of like a little umbrella.
To work with
I
that.
could do, yeah.
That's
I
probably
could do
what
anything
I
and
have to
everything.
do,
So I
something
don't
like
like being like defined sometimes, and I can find what works and go with that. Be able to switch it up. So everybody's path is different to finding what they're passionate about.
So does anybody in here have a nickname? I mean, we've already.
Dre Dre. We call her Dre Dre. Our family does.
Yeah.
Nobody else?
I do, but I'm really not sure.
Okay.
It's kind of like one of those nicknames that's kind of like Puda.
Only if you knew me like that, you would use it.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I named my nephew Booty. Like, oh yeah. It didn't last too long.
No, he got to the point where he was like, Booty.
Yeah. I don't have a nickname. Well, I get called Wooga, but I don't get called a nickname. Like, no one, I'm Ayesha. And I'm like, that's so boring sometimes.
I know, that's what I said.
I need a name.
I want a nickname.
Yeah,
I don't have a nickname. I grew up around white people and they couldn't always remember my name, so they just call me Jay. You know, but then I answered to Jaleah. That's my nickname, I guess, because people always confuse us. Or, you know, sometimes they'll say Jaleah, but I know they're talking to me. So, yeah, but no nicknames really, except for Jay for the white people who couldn't either pronounce or remember my name. Because it was different, because I was different.
What was the best gift that you've been given?
Life.
I know that's
I
right.
like that one.
I know that's right.
I do. I like that too. Okay. I can't.
I agree.
I can't.
Like
I know. I would just be like hands down.
Right.
Hands down. Thank you for.
There are other things too.
That's nothing too memorable.
My children.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, I love my kids.
They are me. Like, if you knew me growing up, like, they're me. My kids are me in different ways, you know, different parts of me. So I'm with you. My kids, they're a gift.
It's crazy how your kids, like how little stuff like that can pass down to your children. Like I know I used to like want to sleep on my mom's arm. Like that was just like my security blanket. Like I had to have her arm. And now my son starts to do it now. And it kind of scared me. Like it was like weird. It's just like,
know that?
like yeah, or just how does something like that pass down to my son? It was just like, what? And now he has to have my arm like every night. Like and if he doesn't have it, it's a problem. Like yeah, and I used to be like that with my mom. Like,
Wow.
he has his own bed and doesn't sleep.
I was about to
in it.
say, he got my bed.
He does not sleep in it.
I can't sleep. I don't know.
Do you try to like make
No.
him go lay down?
No,
Like
because I
after
enjoy
you
him being next to me.
Aww.
He's the only kid.
You know, it's just me in there, and you know, so I enjoy him being there.
It'd be different if you had
If I had someone in there sleeping in the bed with me.
Or that.
I'm actually looking right
at the camera. Oh.
on that note.
I gotta go back and watch.
I did co-sleep with all my kids, but like right now, I like having my own bed. Like you all gotta sleep in your own bed.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I get kicked. Like, I get beat up by my kids. Like, my daughter, like, slapped the mess out of me. And I was like, I hit her back. I was like, she looked at me like, I'm like, I'm sorry, but it was a reflex. I thought we were fighting. But
So I know my sister collected rocks. Did anybody else collect anything? Or have some obsession with something?
Oh, it wasn't an
Oh,
obsession.
sorry, my bad.
it wasn't an obsession. I collected Tweety birds. That was my thing. I love Tweety bird, and I am so sad that he fell off. And Tweety bird is a boy, for anybody that didn't know.
Oh, I never knew.
Yeah, he was a boy. And orange Fanta bottles. That was just weird. But I collected those, and I had so many, like, orange Fanta bottles.
Okay.
I know my daddy was probably like, they were drank. Like, I drank them.
Oh, you just
But they just ranged from the sizes. Like, that was my drink. And it's weird that's, like, my son loves that now. And I'm like, you just don't know.
You put them on top of the fridge like you be doing their liquor.
Right.
Like, stay away from my orange soda.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
That was like, Kel loves orange soda? Nah, Ayesha loves
Right.
It's me, not Kel.
Did anybody else collect anything?
I have a lot of earrings.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I just have a thing for it. Some nice big hoops. Yeah, it's true. I'm looking at Andrea like, cute.
Right. That's true.
I wish.
Anybody else have a collection at home? Something that you collect? Something that you collect and now you want to make it your passion, your goal, something, you know? Because a lot of people do collect things and then they like to create things out of them. And then now they have something wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that.
That's real.
That's why my dad, he watches that Picker show, I think, with people who have had things way back. Like they let these two white guys come to their house. White people. They come to their house and they kind of just pick through their garage and stuff. And they actually find some really tight stuff.
That's how I got a lot of my decorations too in my house. My person, his family, like they collected stuff. And like they have pictures and everything. So a bunch of the pictures and antique stuff. It decorates our house pretty much. Somebody said I got an auntie house. I got a bunch of decorations. Like this is my home.
There's some stuff like I know people actually do thrift, but there's some stuff that you can find that's really good. That you know, just gems that people gave up. Like one man's trash could be your treasure. Like it's real. You go pick up some stuff.
If you go out, you know, all the way out to a different neighborhood.
Right,
Yeah,
to a neighborhood where they donate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Run into some gems. But there are people who, there's a show even where people bring stuff that they either have for a long time or ran through their family and they come to get it appraised by someone. And then they tell them the worth of it. You know, it could be something you look at and be like, what? That's worth $10,000 and it's a lamp.
Right.
Right.
You'd be like,
Let me
dang.
go find my lamp.
Right. See, I've been having this. Where did we get this from? Walmart? Oh, this one just was an antique.
It's brown. Been here for a while.
But I don't know. I did want to make that normal. Like a bunch of women just going out, you know, thrift shopping.
I like thrift shopping.
I will be down with
I
that.
just got
You know?
into garage sales like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I found really good stuff. So I'm down.
I always find like something really cute, like a cute shirt or something at the thrift store. I'm like, oh yes, a good find. And I love looking for vases and stuff like that at the thrift store.
Maybe you can like spray paint them and like
Mm-hmm.
Make
Create
it
your
so
own. Mm-hmm.
I've never been very crafty, like into what do they call them? Do it yourself. DIYs. Yeah. But my sister's into crafting. My mother-in-law, she does a lot. Every time I go back to California, she's working on something different that she's doing, like a do-it-yourself project. I wish I could do stuff like that.
Right.
But when she actually tries it, she's good at it.
Yeah.
She just don't. It's like she don't got time. I don't got time. You know, some people
It does
just don't
take
got time.
patience. Yeah.
It does. You gotta mentally be.
You do.
So that way they create.
You know what I want to know? Do we have any couponers in Water Me Sis?
Yes.
Somebody who's willing to give us some gems.
Come on
Like teach
and
the other
teach us.
women how to do couponing.
Yes.
I know they said you do have to know the codes of the store that you want to go and like actually shop. You have to have their book of rules. And be able to know them. Yeah. It's extreme. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because they
either.
have different codes of, you know, how they do things. And
I
limits.
thought you
So
just had a coupon.
once you pick the store that you go to and you know their guidelines, there's so many loopholes and all types of stuff. And use your coupons to the max. Yeah. So anybody in Water Me Sis, women that do couponing, speak up.
Right.
And
Because I want to pay $2.50 for a lot of
whole
groceries.
basket full
Or
of
get
stuff.
money back, right?
Yeah.
They be giving money back.
That would be dope. Definitely figure out how to save some money. But it's funny because when we started being summoned to our houses and stuff, and couponers, they was like, see, like we're prepared. Step into my basement.
They didn't have problems with toilet paper.
Right.
Okay. We was all like, how was, like, can I get some toilet paper? They was like, well, I
No, they was like $25.
right.
A roll.
Like, a roll.
We've got it on deck.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Some people are about me with like canned foods. Like I like if it's good to keep like canned food. I'm like, this is, you know, in cases of apocalypse or something like that. Like, you know, stuff like that is important to have. And I think it's important too for us to have some kind of emergency plan in our homes. You know, for the fact something does go wrong, like just keeping water, flashlight, things like that. Because a lot of people don't do that. Or you know, go over fire drills with your children. You know, if something happens, to practice.
That's very important.
Yeah, getting out the house or something.
Calling 911. If something is wrong with you, you need to be able to know that your kid can call 911 and help you in a situation.
Yeah.
I know that there's been a lot of kids that have saved their parents
Yeah.
because they can call 911. So at this time, this is the best time during quarantine to start going over some drills.
For real.
Teaching your child their address.
Yeah.
Oh yes, now that is important.
Address
And phone number.
We do that.
Mhm.
Like, dang. Like, I'm behind.
No, he's flying a plane.
Jump
You
fly.
Kair, her 4-year-old, definitely has it down packed. You know, I be play fighting with her sometimes. He has that down packed. Say mommy, okay? Because he'll show come over and don't mess with my mom.
That's good, though.
So he's got that down packed. So don't feel bad.
Right.
He just needs to, like, dang.
And he's only 4.
Yeah.
So come on.
I'm just joking. So I am behind. I need to teach him that type of stuff. Like, just where are you from?
So ladies, where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years?
That's a good one. In 5 years. Well, I got my flip side, so I don't see no more kids.
Okay.
But as far as myself, I do see happiness. Because right now I'm at a point where I'm trying to get my mind right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just need to be happy. Like, I don't care about the career. I mean, I do. I'm in school now. I believe that that's going to go somewhere. But as far as my mental, I just really need to be happy.
Yes.
Like, I ain't trying to be jacked up. It's too many miserable, lonely people. And I ain't trying to be jacked up getting older. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Just having people work for me. You know, I'm starting to do it for myself now, but you know, now like hiring on some employees, actually having a team, like doing the damn thing for my business and stuff like that. So, for sure.
Okay.
What would you be, Angela?
Definitely feel like I bigger house. I'll be inspiring and mentoring a lot of people, kind of just teaching them. Shoot, my daughter will be 16 by then. Wow, that's crazy. Like just thinking about like just age, because that's always how you gauge like how long it's been. But yeah, like she said, that mental part, I think that will be definitely different than I don't even know if I'll be in Colorado. I feel like I want to leave. I'm not sure where, because that's why I was like, we just gonna not answer that question. We don't know yet. Right. So, but yeah, definitely in a different mental state.
Okay. Where do you see yourself, Ebony?
5 years. Being in my forever home.
Okay, yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I could definitely see myself owning some buildings. You know, in 5 years. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Buildings.
Buildings.
Yeah.
Building assets and having money and bigger accounts. Making sure things are starting to start building up and saving.
Yes. Having no debt.
Right.
So we all want, wealth and stuff. What are we doing as far as our health? What are your aspirations health-wise? Like, what are you going to do moving forward?
I stay away from the cheese and the sour cream.
That's
That's my goal.
I love sour cream.
I do too.
That's one thing I probably
I'm gonna try.
Sour cream.
Yeah, I'd say just the eating better. I've actually been committing to going to the gym twice a week, so being like more active, not so lazy. Because I'm darn sure not trying to be one of these older people on this oxygen and struggling.
For real.
Like, woo, how old are you? Woo.
Right.
That's it?
Man, for real.
Life so lived you.
Yes, we were talking about that. I'm trying to be a grilf.
Yes.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm trying to have some, like, be looking like Dom at like
Right.
80.
For real. And there's some people out here that's looking bomb, man.
I know, did
Now
y'all see that
that is
couple?
true.
On Facebook, it was like a black couple. They were older, but like gray
I
hair,
did.
everything.
I
She
saw
was in a
them.
crop top, shorts,
Yes.
body nice, tight. Like he was nice and fit. And
Mm-hmm.
they were older, and I was just like, wow, like
I wanna be like
yes.
Definitely like that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what a lot of people are going towards now, the healthier route.
Yeah.
And that's why the coronavirus came out. It's like, no, I'm just saying because it's like they already know we're trying to get more on the healthier, we're trying to live a little bit longer, so.
I want to just take a minute and we are going to play a little video, like something that'll give you a little inspiration. Be inspired, I guess. Damo, do you mind playing that video for us?
Dream. That's a powerful word. You'll get knocked down many times chasing your dreams. You will feel like you don't have the energy to get back up. You don't have the strength to get back up. You will feel like giving up is the only option. When you're hit, when you've been knocked down by life, that's when it's time to hit back. That's when it's time to hit back. Many people get hit by life, but they never hit back.
Are you going to stay down or are you going to decide to get back up? It takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes a strong mindset to get back up when nobody believes in you.
There's a lion inside all of us, but some people decide to never let that lion out. Many people keep that lion locked in his cage. Are you hungry for that dream? Are you willing to fight for that dream?
Let the lion out. Get hungry for your dream. Go hunt your dream. Talking about that dream won't take you far. Working will.
Doubters will tell you to be realistic. Haters will tell you to quit.
You are the only one who can go and get it. It's your dream. No one will chase it for you. No one will hunt for you. No one will support your dream but you.
There's a quote that goes, everyone wants to eat, but a few are willing to hunt. Everyone wants to succeed, but few are willing to put in the work required.
Stop limiting yourself. You can make your dream into a reality, but it will only take one person to believe that it's possible. It will only take one person to put in the work. That person is you.
There's plenty of humans before you who have accomplished big things, who are living their dream life. They've done it. That is proof you can too. It is proof that you can live your dream if you really want it.
You are the most dangerous enemy to your dreams because only you decide when to quit and give up on your dreams. Only you decide when to kill these dreams. You're more powerful than you even know. You can change the world with your dream. But it only requires you to get out of your comfort zone and unleash the inner lion. It requires you to let the lion out of its cage. It requires you to chase your dreams no matter what.
If you have a weak mindset, if you're afraid of taking risks, you'll never get far in life. You will never get that dream.
And hopefully you enjoyed that and you got a little bit of inspiration for your goals. One thing that I did want to explain is we were doing our vision boards and hopefully you were doing your vision boards as well. One thing is we're not going to be showing our vision boards, and because it is a private setting, you know, you want to be able to know what you want as your vision. Sometimes you cannot explain your vision to other people because you don't want them to be the negativity to block that. You know, so you want to be able to put that down on paper and believe it yourself. You don't need nobody else to see it, nobody else to put any input on what you got going on. So we did want to encourage that, and we wanted to encourage you to make sure that you put down your goals, put down some aspirations. Tell yourself that you're beautiful every day. Look at it every day, because if you do look at it every day, it'll motivate you to do something for yourself.
Yes. So we just want to thank you, ladies, for joining us today.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, it's awesome. So I hope the people at home were doing their vision board. And yeah, don't share your visions with everybody. This is for you to see every day. And we'll see you next time on Water Me Sis Live.
All right. Bye.
Percy Levon Julian was born April 11, 1899 in Montgomery, Alabama, the grandson of former slaves. He attended school through the 8th grade, but there were no high schools open to black students. He applied to DePaul University in Greencastle, Indiana, where he had to take high school level classes in the evening to get him up to academic level of his peers. In spite of this challenging beginning, he graduated first in his class. After college, Julian instructed at Fisk University. He left in 1923, received a scholarship to attend Harvard University to finish his master's degree. Though the university would not allow him to pursue his doctorate, he obtained his PhD at the University of Vienna in Austria in 1931. In 1935, he earned international acclaim by synthesizing physostigmine from the calabar bean to create a drug treatment for glaucoma. But in spite of his success, the university refused to make him a full professor because of his race. Julian applied for multiple jobs, however, was repeatedly rejected when hiring managers discovered that he was black. Ultimately, he obtained a position at the Glidden Company as the lab director. There he invented aerofoam, a product that uses soy protein to put out oil and gas fires and was widely used in World War II. Julian discovered how to extract sterols from soybean oil and synthesize the hormones progesterone and testosterone. He was also lauded for his synthesis on cortisone, which became used in treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. Julian left Glidden in 1953 and established his own laboratory, Julian Laboratories, in 1954. He sold the company in 1961, becoming one of the first black millionaires, before founding Julian Research Institute, a non-profit organization that he ran the rest of his life. Percy LaVon Julian, the chemist extraordinaire, died of liver cancer on April 19, 1975.